Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be talking about makeup overconsumption and kind of how insane I feel like it is, and taking my makeup off. I did sleep in this, which I know is a no-no, but you know. Other things, I literally have been wearing this for 24 hours and it's not creasing or moving, so that's cool. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking off my makeup, doing my makeup, and I'll probably be doing like partially like a voiceover because I don't really like talking while I'm doing my makeup, and I don't really think that's the most efficient way to film, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna do my skincare, I'm gonna play with one of my palettes, and I'm just gonna talk about things. So if that sounds good to you, keep watching. My first point. People buy more makeup than they could ever use. I already have 15 makeup palettes with another one on the way, and even having that many, I feel like I have too many to use before they will all expire. The amount of waste generated by selling things is so vast, and people don't need a new palette each week, when a single palette takes at least a year of heavy use to even begin to run out. As you're about to see, there are a lot of creators that have such big collections. They can make decluttering videos, ranking videos that have hundreds of palettes in them, and there's just no way that those creators are ever going to be able to use most of those palettes. Typically, these collections have 30 lip glosses that are the same shade that they're decluttering, for example. There's just too much of the same thing, you know? And even things that are donated, which is better than things just being thrown away, the collections are still so big that you just know that there are still going to be products that are going to be tossed. They're not going to be in good enough condition to gift or to give secondhand. And with that, I present the point that makeup formulas expire. I had a couple of Morphe palettes when I was 18, and they expired by the time I was 21. The matte formula had become really splotchy and hard to blend, and you're spending a lot of money on these palettes, so you should really want to get your money's worth out of them before the formulas change. So why do people have so much? I really think that FOMO and trendiness are the main culprits. When people are worried that they're not going to be able to get something, or they want the newest and the best as soon as it drops, they're going to shell out the money for it, even if they only use it for a few looks and move on to the next trendy thing, or even if they have something that's the exact same or very similar in their collection, or could achieve the same looks with items already in their collection. I also believe that because of influencer culture, we always want the things that look the newest and the prettiest on our feeds when we're creating our own content. And I think when we're thinking about sustainability, we should reconsider the wastefulness of all that. So in that case, how can we self-reflect and have gratitude for what we already have? Some habits that I use for being grateful for things I have and to be sure to be mindful include 4 distinct ones. The first thing is I do my makeup daily. Even using one palette every day will still last you forever, so especially if you have multiple, it should be because you want to do makeup looks daily. It doesn't have to be an elaborate look, just a simple base shade, a transition shade, and a glitter topper is just fine. Even a glitter topper alone works, mattes alone work. Just make sure you use them, because the reason you collect makeup shouldn't be to just look at it. So the second habit that I think is helpful for having gratitude is cleaning my makeup in depth regularly to make my collection feel new and exciting again. When I discovered this, it felt like such a life hack. I can deep clean my beauty counter, including my palettes and all my other products, like my brushes and perfumes, and the cleanliness genuinely makes it feel so luxurious, as if I'm getting the items for the first time again. You should really try it. So the third thing that I do for gratitude and sustainability is selling palettes that I don't enjoy using as much. My motherships are on the chopping block currently because I don't like their formulas. They're too hard to blend out and they're too patchy. But yes, so selling palettes that you don't plan on actually using I think is a great way to be sustainable. So last but not least, my fourth tip is I just try to shop palettes on sales. There are so many sales for makeup that buying at full price isn't really worth it. I just got the new Natasha Denona palette, the Roxa palette for $45 instead of $70 during a Black Friday sale, and it just released in October. I was waiting for it to go on sale, and I loved seeing the looks while I was waiting for it. And now that I have it, I also love it, so I'm very glad that I picked it up and got it for such a good deal. I wanted to offer some advice for people who struggle with FOMO when it comes to some of these things. Things are very likely to restock because brands want to make money on hit items. Not a ton of products sold are hit items, so if something releases and you're worried to miss out, just keep in mind that it very likely will restock at least a couple to a few times before you truly lose the chance to get the item. Also, if the item doesn't claim to be limited edition, it should stay in the product line. Try not to worry that you're going to miss these items because realistically, you're either going to have the chance to get the exact one you want, or there's going to be another item to fill its place in the market. For example, think about how many purple, pink, blue, red, neutral, rainbow themed palettes exist. You're not going to be missing anything. My second point, what makes makeup discovery exciting? A huge part of makeup consumption that has been stolen away by overconsumption is the ability to slow down and actually enjoy the makeup you've purchased. I believe I get a lot more excited by different palettes compared to somebody who plays with tons of makeup and who gets PR because I have used a lot of my palettes so many times that when I go to get something new, it feels a lot more new. It doesn't just feel like the next thing. It also allows me to learn how to use the formula, experiment and figure out which formulas I enjoy and what I don't like. And it's not overwhelming because while I have any look I could want, I don't have 1,000 shade choices that are similar but different enough. Another thing that makes makeup so exciting is when you have used your stuff up and you get to go try new products. You know you've got your money's worth because you can rebuy your favorites or experiment with new stuff. And because you don't have too many palettes, it's realistic to be able to sell the palettes you don't love. It's not too overwhelming versus if you have 500 palettes, trying to list all 500 palettes and create descriptions for them and swatch them and sell them is gonna be pretty overwhelming. I think a huge reason we always want more is our dependence on instant gratification that has been fostered by the culture that we currently live in. And I also believe that that is our own downfall. Because we have this market-imposed, never-ending thirst for the newest thing or the prettiest thing, the trendiest thing, the thing that gets the most attention, we're never going to have the chance to slow down and enjoy a new makeup product unless we take our own control back and step out of the trendy obsessions that we have. So in conclusion, there are habits that we have to develop the discipline to have if we want to remain in a space where enjoying makeup is the actual focus. If the focus is to consume as much makeup as possible, we're on a pretty good path. But if makeup is about the creation of art, the enjoyment of the privilege of having makeup, and showing the versatility a collection can have even with less, then we're losing the plot. The makeup community, which I am referring to the people who typically buy at full price or on sale rather than the influencers who have received product for free to review and promote, should self-reflect on how important it is to buy the new trendy thing before thinking about the 10s or 20s of products they have that look similar already. Frankly, buying the products influencers are peddling only enables more waste because a company is more likely to send the influencer their next collection if their promotion leads to a lot of sales. So that is the video. I used literally so many products in my collection to create this look, but I didn't use all of them, and that's kind of the thing, is like, you don't need everything because you can have, I have plenty of neutrals and I can make this kind of a look. What more does a girl realistically need? I'm not saying people don't deserve makeup. I'm just saying people should really consider if they're gonna buy makeup, they should try to use it every day and think about the sustainability and, you know, just their consumption, because there's no reason to buy 20 palettes when you can achieve a lot of looks with a few palettes. And I will admit, I have one more palette coming in. It's an icy blue palette, but I'm also considering selling the palette, the Pat McGrath palettes that one of which I used in this video. So, that being said, just think about things, try to be sustainable, and especially with your money, like, that's your time represented through, you know, equity. So don't just throw it around. And if you're gonna throw it around, give it to me, because I like money too. But anyways, yes, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and comment below. I'll have all the products listed in the description that I used for this. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!